Hello minasan, Hikiemi Moriko desu, and I was just streaming this game, but my connection died. I don't really want to wait for another day or another time to finish this game, so I'm doing this video as a continuation of the 40 minutes or something stream that got cut down. This should be up like an hour or two after you watch that stream. Sorry about that, I don't control my internet connection, right? But I really want to finish this game. It's the final battle, and this game, it's really cursed. I cannot believe during the last stream of the game I hated so much the connection died to force me to stop playing it, but I'm not gonna stop. So let's just finish this. The boss is charging an attack. You can see it's doing like a triangle with her hands, which the triangle is the symbol of this entire game, even though it doesn't really mean anything. I guess I'm gonna guard. So in case it's like a super strong attack, it doesn't kill me. Like I was mentioning, this game goes really slow in normal difficulty. Like it even feels like slow motion, right? I feel like no one in the testing of this game tendril gore. Nice. New world's done. Bam. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. The Jensen, are you gonna make another square? Yeah? Okay, so if you wait too much, she's just gonna summon a bunch of squares and kill you. Okay, she's not weak to wind again. I'm gonna buff everyone. You know, thankfully that's not a buff that I have to remove. I'm gonna debuff everyone. And again, I think I can just make it all on my way to victory here. Especially if it crits. Ah, she's not receiving a lot of damage. I think I have to kill the... I think I have to kill the small ones, probably. This is too slow. Let's just do it fast. I'm so sorry. I wanted this to be the epic slow burn of the game, but this game just sucks ass. Impact Pleroma. Why is Milady the only one receiving damage this fire? And two misses. And Thomas's? That's the Mechidolaon. Everyone dodged except Milady. Why is Milady decoy protocol? Savats can now be invoked. Affinity resistance is changed. Oh, you're gonna die. If you're weak to something I have. Just to make sure, I'm gonna use the last bit change to make sure I don't die. But I think at this point it's just over. It's not weak to wind, but now it's weak to something else. Maybe darkness? You don't resist darkness. If it reflects on you, you're gonna die. As well buff everyone else. Yeah, just make it alone should be enough, right? Who cares about elemental resistances? I can just make it all on you in your face and you're gonna die. 95 damage? What? Why are you capping damage now? Thunderbolt Pleroma. My original intention for this fight was to get 4 demons, all with Mechidolaon, everyone with a almighty up augments, but the game doesn't allows that, so we have physical, fire, ice, or darkness. I block fire, so I think I can use a fire epitaph, right? It's weak to fire. Might as well hit her with the weaknesses, right? I don't know if she's gonna be changing weaknesses, but I can hit her with the savate. She's capping damage anyway, so. And Thomas is again. Are you not gonna change affinities? Oh, she's weak to wind. She's dead now. It's kinda weird that Saisu's the only one that has the gun from Soul Hackers 1. You're so dead. So she has a bunch of defense up. Whoops, Saizo doesn't have mana anymore. Milady also doesn't have any mana anymore. Do I have mana items? I don't think I have mana items. That could be a problem in my... Nope, I don't have mana items. Uh-oh. But it's almost dead, right? Should be okay. Even if I have to use... the Piercer. I think Milady can just use Piercer to recover MP, so it should be okay. Abyssal Eye. What the fuck? And she buffed herself up, okay. This could be dangerous. Yeah, that's a little bit dangerous. I think I have to win this turn. Stack optimization. She's weak to electricity and wind. Wait, I only get one stack from that? Wait, stack optimization doesn't apply to items? That's a shame. It should apply to this. Die! Ah, she's dead. Well, whatever. Hardcore hacker. So I guess it's because of the hard level difficulty. Oh, there she is. Is there another phase? Because I don't think I can do this. I mean, I obviously can. Right? It's me, come on. But are you gonna keep up? It's the world going to end? I still don't know what the sun keys and the moon key I got were for. I'm gonna be really sad if Figue dies, but honestly, I'd rather she die than live in this game. Oh, there she goes. She doesn't even bounce. And I guess she's dying because she tried to soul hack the entire human race, right? Yeah, I also want to close my eyes and die after this game, Figue. Understandable. Yep, she's dead. I mean, yeah, even if the game sucks, that's a little bit sad, but... What is that? Is that the thing on her neck? Leg? I forgot where that was. Yeah. It's like a crown, right? Ringo also has one. Now everyone has lost someone except Saiso, I think, somehow. A few days later. Look, we're still eating the same pizza, mayo, and burger.
サバトができなくなっちまったのはちょっと寂しいな。
アクシスが陥落したのが原因かしらね。
さあな。
So we don't need Ringo anymore? To summon demons at least.
あれだけの出来事だったのに全然ニュースになってる様子がねえな。ことは未然に防がれたからな。
How can you keep the end of the world under wraps?
ヤタガラスがうまいこと情報を操作して事なきを
Okay, yeah. Okay, with the mafia, yeah. That makes sense.
表立たせるつもりはないみたい。隠蔽工作に大忙しって感じよ。
隠し事するときは仲いいんだな。ま、仮に表に出たとしてもこんな口頭向け誰も信じないだろうよ。シンギュラリティは人知れず起こってるってリンゴが言ってたっけ。なあリンゴ。
What are you reading?
ずっとあんな調子だぜ。
しょうがないでしょ。だってフィグが。
ところでよ、コベナントはヤタガラスの方では情報はつかめてないらしい。
こっちもよ。
Yeah, just disappear? But they are bound to reappear, right? That's the bottom line of this.
はたまたどっかで誰かにひっついてるのか確かめようがないな。戦いは終わらないのかな。ま、生きてる限り戦いは続くってね。
What kind of ending is this, by the way?
名残惜しいけど、俺はそろそろ行くぜ。アッシュが待ってる。
Yeah, you guys go have a kid and everything. You're like the only decent part of this ending.
残念ね。ファントムソサイティに来るならいつでも歓迎するのに。
な、ミレディ、抜け駆けすんなよ。勘弁してくれ。しばらくはアッシュとの関係立て直し事業に専念するんだ。
So what I get from this is Saiso is it's the only one that actually goes and becomes a happy person and a good ending. And Arrow and Milady just become the leaders of the respective factions.
結構楽しかったぜ。
お疲れ。
Fix recipes. You know, I feel like that book of recipes was again just showing it here was supposed to be a bigger thing, and the game didn't make a big emphasis, right? Like, what if instead of opening like a food menu and you eat the same thing every time, they actually bothered to, you know, making a menu where Figue opens the book and you see a little animation and you pick the food from there, right? And what if instead of just getting the foods, you bring the ingredients, right? That would have been a lot better, and give you like the fact that you were eating Figue's homemade recipes will have made so much more impact when she died, right? Like, oh no, she was like a mom to us and everything, right? I have a lot to say about this game. I'm just waiting for it to end. Ringo, it's obviously traumatized and dealing it the best way he can, right? She can, but... There she goes.
俺も行くかな。いろいろありがとな。
Again, what is with this game and leaving traumatized people behind? They did the same thing to Figue, and that's why she had to die and try to destroy the world, right? The same thing is gonna happen again. Like Raven died and Figue went crazy. Figue died, Ringo should go crazy too, right? Because this guy just, oh yeah, you're suffering a irreparable loss. Let's just leave you alone. with these friends who needs enemies, right? And there's Mimi. What's gonna happen to Mimi? Didn't Figue like leave a backup Figue for Mimi or something? Recipe Kaku Hon. It says Atlus on the bottom of the fucking book. Look. Takusan Kakeru loose leaf. They fucking have to self-insert in the. Oh Mimi, I miss you so much. So you're the mom now? Please don't open your eyes. I will cry if you open your eyes. Okay. After the battle of the Municipal Tower, I was the only one piece of Aion that had survived. Oh, because all of Aion died with Figue, right? That is true. Mm-hmm.
フィグと共にこの町の誇りっぽい夜風に消えた。クリスマスの飾りみたいにチカチカ光るコアデータだけを残して。
Oh my god.
あの日以来、
Christmas.
私はアクシスに足を踏み入れていない。フランマのいないあの場所に行くのはちょっと辛い。それにいくらコアデータがあったって今の私に
So you're just another human, I guess?
私にアイオンを復元する力なんてないしね。アイオンとしてのアイデンティティのほとんどを失い、かといって人でもない。なんとも中途半端な
I wish they explored this more in the game.
ものだと我ながら思う。でもそんな私にだけ
Look, that little kid that never did anything! Except at the end convinced Milady to not kill everyone, I guess.
育った時にもう一度アイオンは現れると私は信じている。その時に人間たちのありのままの姿を、愚かしくも愛おしい魂のあり方を伝えることがきっと私のすべきこと。だからその日までこのクオリアの牢獄の中で
Qualia prison?
精一杯生きていこうと思う。
You mean real life? Look, the 3 characters we have to spend the entire game with because there's no more characters and they barely developed them.
その日まで。
And that's it. With Tomoyo Kurosawa as Ringo, Ishikawa Kaito as Aro, Koshimizu Ami as Milady, Matsukase Masaya as Saiso, and Mori Nanako as Figue. Isawa Shiori as Ash, and the rest of them I don't really care. Tomokazu Sugita as Madame Ginko, obviously. Okay, I don't recognize any other name. Toyama Nao as Nana? Toyama Nao, it's in everything. Damn, I love Lydia. You know, this ending kinda makes me wish they make Soul Hackers 3 as a direct sequel of Soul Hackers 2. But at the same time, I don't think this game deserves a sequel. I really don't think this game deserves a sequel. Like not as it is now. Like all of you people, like the designers and everyone, not the programmers, they are not at fault for this. Character illustrations, it's good. The battle design, I guess the battles are not terrible, so that's good too. But like this game, it's no, I don't want to skip it. Sorry. Especially this story and the flow of the events of the game, the writing, it's ass. And it's not even a translation fault. It's just there's no story there. Translation couldn't ruin it because there's no story to tell. This is like they just took the basic JRPG story and just didn't even try it, right? Look, Persona 5, it's great, but it's not perfect. Shin Megami Tensei 5, it's good at most, at least the base version, right? They didn't play Vengeance yet. They are good games. They have their flaws. They have their like really strong points. But this game, I don't think I could say a single thing of this game that it's like well done, right? I couldn't look at a specific part of this game. I'm actually gonna lower the volume of the music because I don't want to get copyrighted. I usually get copyrighted by this kind of music. Even if I'm talking over it, they usually copyright this, and I don't want them to copyright this video. On top of that, the stream failed and I have to finish this on video form. It's just perfect. It's these bad games are kind of cursed because the same thing happened with Digimon Survive. I'm trying to think of something that the game did that I really liked, but everything is half-baked, sadly. They have good ideas. They have, like, proof things that work from the Shin Megami Tensei series. You know, the demons, the battles, the resistances, the weaknesses, the augments. The augments were a good idea, but they come too late into play. That's something you should have early on the game, so you could, like, play on everything. I don't like how everything is gatekept by the Soul Matrix, and the Soul Matrix itself, it's gatekept by your game progress. So you're gatekeeping everything, and it's not fun to play like that when you're like hitting. I mean, it's not difficulty. Don't get it wrong. You know me. Like, you go check my channel. I play every game on hard difficulty because I like the challenge. I'm not complaining about the challenge itself. I'm complaining about that the challenge is not fun to do, right? I can do with a little bit of frustration that comes with every game because it's a learning process. But seeing things in the game that you want to do and you cannot do sucks ass, right? And I feel like this game really died the moment we killed, the moment we discovered Iron Mask was Raven. Like, all the game was a build-up to fight with Iron Mask, and then it's like, oh, it's not even the Iron Mask you think it is. What a plot twist. What a fucking shit plot twist it was. And after that, the game doesn't make sense. You know, Figue is depressed. Figue was my favorite character, but sadly, she barely do anything in the game. Like, she does nothing. She has a few lines. She hacks a phone. She falls in love with Raven in 2 days. Raven dies. She goes crazy, tries to destroy the world. We kill her. The end of the game, right? So a few things I want to mention about that, but I'm gonna wait for this to end, for the credits to end. This game really wanted me, like, I really wanted to make a deep dive into why this game is so bad and why a lot of the things that are wrong with this game. Because it's one of those games that I don't know what happened in development, right? Every game has problems in development. You cannot really blame that for your failure. For, like, this game didn't really sell that well, to be honest. And it's like $7 now because no one wants to play this game. No one wants to buy this game. This game has no fan art almost, right? That's really weird for a game with this good character design to not have, like, Ringo is lovely, Figue it's lovely, all the Ash it's really good. All the other characters are pretty much whatever, right? But the game has a good idea of design. And for it to not have any amount of considerable fan art, it's because no one played this game. Saving clear data beyond the infinite. Preparing to save clear data, loading this clear data from the title menu will allow you to begin a new playthrough while carrying over certain elements from the old playthrough. When beginning this new playthrough, you will be able to select what is carried over. Since clear data is a special type of data used exclusively for starting a new game, plus the game progress made of that file cannot be loaded and or played. It is recommended you save your clear data on an empty save slot. Okay. Let's do number 20. Number 19? Number 20 and 18. Yes. Okay, that's the end of the game. You know, this is how the game starts, which is really weird because this intro gives you the idea that Arrow is the protagonist, and then you take control of Ringo for most of, like, for the entire beginning, Hollows, for the entire beginning of the story. And then at some point, when they decide to give Arrow the Covenant, Arrow kind of becomes, like, the protagonist a little bit, but then not really. So something I can think of something that this game did well, and it's unlike Persona and Shin Megami Tensei, usually have, like, silent protagonists or, like, not that much personality. Ringo is a really good main character, right? To take control of the narrative and everything. She's so well done. I think that's the only silver lining of this game, is how good of a protagonist. But to have a good protagonist means you also need good backup characters, and this game doesn't have them. Like, Saizo is not that good, but Ash somehow makes Saizo decent. Arrow is like the blank state, right? Doesn't really do much. I love the gun from, like the hacker gun from Soul Hackers 1. And then it becomes really crazy. This intro also gives you the idea that you can do more things at the hideout, but you cannot. You can only eat meals, right? I mean, just look at this intro cutscene. I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit. Look at this. It's like, oh, big thing in the sky. Bad things are happening. And this is mostly the intro of the game, right? Like, if I were to judge this game, like, I want Milady naked. That appears just only once in the game. I wanted to see more of that too. Like, if I were to judge, this is the best part of the game, by the way. Like, as Saizo and Ash, it's the best. Like, if I were to judge this game just by this intro, I will definitely want to try this game because it looks really interesting, but this is really misleading, right? Because all of this, everything that you're seeing right now, happens in the first, like, 1 hour of the game. And it's not as cool as this intro, by the way. Like, everyone dying, this guy being betrayed after going shopping, this guy being killed by the best friend. And then Ringo revives them all. I wanted to see more of that tongue thing, but it was barely used to. See, this game has interesting concepts, right? But they didn't use them. That's what makes me mad. The waste of potential. You see, Figue just arrives there like, oh yeah, I'm a second thought. They need another character to become the big evil. And I had to be the one, I guess, because there cannot be more playable characters. That's the crown at the end. Soul Hackers 2. Which again, I don't know why it's called Soul Hackers. I know there's soul hacking, but soul hacking, it's a different thing in the first game. In the first game, you like hack into the memories of like a previous upgrade save data. Use PlayStation 4 save data to create PlayStation 5 save. I didn't know you could do that, but not that I use my PS4 anymore. So yeah, that's Soul Hackers 2. I'm gonna cut in here real quick because I wanted to make a little segment about talking about the game. You can call it a game analysis, or whatever you want to call it, but we're gonna have it next. But I want to finish this video right now. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next indie game stream or whatever I decide to do with this channel. I'll see you later. Hello, and welcome to the, you can call it post-game analysis of Soul Hackers 2. You can call this a game review. You can call this a video essay, whatever you want. It's going to be a quick thing, hopefully. But I really want to talk about this game because I think it's important to talk about bad games and why they are bad. So we understand that no one needs this kind of thing, right? And I'm going to do it, why not, while loading this game clear, actually, save 20 for New Game Plus. I mean, what could be the problem for that, right? With that. So, Soul Hackers 2, as I mentioned at the end of the last segment of this video that you watched the last playthrough, based on clear data, a new game will start. You can take soul levels, grow at increased rate with each new game. Okay, that's something that I wanted to mention. This is what I want to play while I talk, because the game is going to feed me the information I need to talk about these topics. So, number one, and this is very important. This entire game revolves about soul levels, and you cannot max soul levels in one playthrough. You can see the game, you can see it now in the game, it's clearly designed to be played twice, which is something no one should do because this game sucks ass. I guess people that want to get all the trophies or want to get the other ending, the real ending or whatever, right? I really wish I could get the other ending. I'm not going to subject myself to that pain again of playing this entire game again. You get additional personal events, you get additional new requests, and selections already chosen in past playthroughs will be marked. So, you need to play the game twice, right? So why even bother doing things on the first playthrough? If you, this game removed things from the basic game to put them on the New Game Plus, and they call it a New Game Plus with new things when those are things that should be on the base level, right? Allows you to start a fresh playthrough while carrying over some data from your clear game. You will have your shop inventories, outfits, which I don't have any because all of them are DLCs, right? What's even the point of, outfits? I'm not gonna pay for DLC. This game sucks ass. You need to give me the DLC or the outfits for free if you want me to use them. Accessories, characters start with the defaults, data on undefeated enemies, and data on consumed meals. You get character level, com upgrades, auto mapping, money, mystic quartz, items, mystics, demons, compendium, blah blah blah. So the usual, right? Obviously, I will want to carry over everything because there's no way I want to play this game normally. By the way, if you really want me to play this game, which no one should want me to play this, right? But if you really want me to play this, just drop a comment on the video, let me know, right? If enough people do it, let's say 10 people, because no one watches my streams anyway. Let's say 100 people because I really don't want to do this. I will do it. So I played on hard last time. Why bother, right? Why bother? Can I skip this one? Yeah, skip everything. I don't really care. So let's talk about this game as I just play it again, right? Let's fast forward everything. This game begins with Ringo and Figue having a conversation with Aion and Flamma, which is the one that, like, we never really see the gun. We never really see the gun. We only see the sword. That's one of my first complaints, right? So by this, you could say that Figue is as important as Ringo, right? But then Figue disappears for most of the game. Another thing that I would like to mention about this is the dungeons of this game are the worst dungeons I have ever played in my life. I have played RPG Maker games made by indie solo developers. I have the mapping now, so that are better mapped than this. Yeah, that guy is dead. Oh no, he's so dead. We skip the cutscene again. And again, I think this game focus on the wrong things because they make so much emphasis on the soul matrix, but then it sucks ass. Do I need to remind you that there's a thing called the teleporter hell in there? That it's just I just call it like that. It's like the worst thing. It was so painful. I wanted to kill myself at least 3 times playing that. And they just go with it, like, oh yeah, you love teleporters, right? Let's do it for 3 entire sections of every soul matrix. And that's what I don't like. A soul matrix seems to be something really personal for everyone, and all the soul matrix are the same bit with everyone, right? So that was an excellent excuse. You get 20 points just for that. Great. Arrow's soul matrix has arrows because his name is Arrow, and you need to follow the arrows to escape, and you know, a little bit like the Pokemon game where you go over the arrow and you turn around and move. Like, I don't know, that's something, right? And Sideshow can have the teleporters, and Milady needs another type of puzzle. I don't know, I'm not that creative, right? So do I get the base demon, or do I get the demons I had before? I get the base demon. Bam. And I guess the only reason he didn't die is because the normal speed for this game sucks ass. I need to unlock the fast-paced battles now. And that's another thing of this. The Sabbats were a great idea. I think that's the only original mechanic of this game that I could say it's original and good. I mean, it's a little similar to the Magatsushi of Shin Megami Tensei 5, and of course the allowed attacks of Persona 5, right? But it's original enough, you know, I'm not gonna complain. It's really good, it has good idea. The fact that you get Sabbat skills that activate after the Sabbat, it was really fun, but it's not a mechanic you can really use that much in the game, and it needed a little bit more attention, right? You don't really get to use much of Savat's. Do I get to do I keep my own demons? I don't have the demons yet. Why not? Gonna ignore that guy. Gotta ignore everything and just move. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. It's a good idea to use this as topics of conversation. The Demon Recon, it's like the worst thing that could have happened to this game because it made the developers lazy, right? They make these big ads and sometimes really... they are so big and they're empty. And they think, oh, it's okay to be empty because the demons are going to be hiding in the map, right? So we can make like dead ends and long hallways and empty rooms because they might be a demon in there and the demon might have something for you. Why bother making chests? Why bother making puzzles? Why bother making anything to make the game fun, to make the maps alive, right? These maps are so dead. It feels like walking into nothing. It feels like walking into a like big-ass random Unity project city with nothing in it, right? And sometimes there's a demon that gives you an item, right? So I feel like the idea of a Demon Recon was good. You know, your demons appearing and giving you things. Maybe you could bond with your demons with a conversation there and they give you stat boosts or so. I don't know, right? The other useful thing about Demon Recon is one, you get the items you need for upgrades, and two, they sometimes heal you. But not the HP, but who cares about HP? They give you MP, that's the good thing, right? So yeah, that's something that should have been a boon, being a mistake on the part of the developers. They just became really lazy. Like, if you walk through this and you ignore the Demon Recon, you can see there is nothing, aside from the enemies, of course, right? Which is another thing, the design of the enemies being the same the entire game. It's kind of boring. Even Persona 5 changes this a little bit. Not to mention Shin Megami Tensei 5 uses the actual demon design, which you already have in the files of the game, right? And they give you fast battle real fast because... fucking dead. Nice. I mean, I guess I could play the game again to get the trending and everything, because everything should go faster now that I have all the levels and everything, but I really don't want to, like, I don't feel the need to know what's happening in this game. I really don't. For example, they give you plenty of augments as gifts for your demons to level up, but it's not until very late in the game that you can have access to multiple slots for the augments. So the usefulness, the utility of that gets lost because of the game mechanics. This guy was really, really funny. Wait, didn't I have the weaknesses of these guys? Ice and wind, which I don't have. Yeah, just die from a basic attack. For example, this guy was an example of a funny character design, a good character design. Though I hate how he looks, but it was good, right? It was interesting. And the rest of the characters of the game are pretty much whatever. Look, Figue appears here for the first time, like actually on the group of people, just to say, Ringo, don't do it, and Ringo does it anyway, right? But everything is being done by Ringo, and that's why it was hard for me. I like Figue because of the way she looks, but oh yeah, the grooming, right? Don't forget this game. It's okay with grooming, kind of. Oh, naked milady, that was also good. So you can see this is a preview of everything we get to see as we go lower into the Soul Matrix, right? And then it's like, hey, do you want to be alive again? Yeah, sure. I need to take vengeance of people because I know a secret that changed the entirety of the meaning of the game, but I'm not gonna tell anyone just because we need the cliffhanger to make this game pseudo interesting, but they don't. And it's like, oh, I lost my covenant. They are killing people with covenants. I'm gonna kill you too. Wait, what if you don't kill me? Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. And then she joins the party, right? But I have to say, Milady has to be the most... Can I go in here? So that's locked by the story of the game, right? It unlocks with a side quest, I think, so. And another thing I want to mention, my head is blocking it, right? But it's the map of the game. The map. Actually, I'm gonna move. You guys need to see this. The map of the game. Look, when you're gonna make a game, why is the mapping important, right? The locations of the world. Because that's how you expand the lore of your game. That's how you do world building, right? And I want to take this very seriously because you can see the mapping, the background image of this. It's really good. If you have played Shin Megami Tensei games, you have played Soul Hacker games, you might be familiar with a little character moving through the lines of the city, right? Like you can move it, and you can talk to other little characters there that give you information about the game and stuff, and you can go to the locations manually, right? You can walk to the locations you need to go. It's in Soul Hackers 1, it's in Shin Megami Tensei 5, Shin Megami Tensei 4. It works well, right? You can take the Persona 5 route, which is actually having the character move, walk through the city, talk to people, get to shops by walking, see this world very alive with people walking everywhere and stuff like that, right? And if you don't want to, you can use fast travel, which is totally okay, but the game gives you the option to do it manually, to flesh out the world, right? If the game gives you the option and you don't do it, it's your fault. This game doesn't give you the option. It's like, oh, look at this big map of the city that you cannot visit. You can just select these options on a list, and we give you a little preview image, and you have to use your imagination for the rest, right? Another topic of conversation for the game, it's the safe house. Thank you for the title drop, game. This is the hideout, the most important part of location for our team, right? They give you this preview, you can see it at the beginning. There's a big PC back there, there's a fridge, there's a table where we eat, right? Ringo is really happy to see this. Look at that, she's so happy. I love her so much. Definitely, she deserved a better game. Just hire me, Atlus, and I will make Soul Hackers 2 remake. We can release it in 5 years. It's gonna be the best game. Just hire me. I know what to do to make these characters, like, make the game these characters deserve. Anyway, so the option I took before, it's marked now. What if I just give everything to Arrow now, huh? Again, the dialogue options are not terribly important. Nothing changes. So, you can say this is a 3D game with 3D locations, right? They love to do these cutscenes at the beginning of the game and at the end of the game. There's not that much cutscenes, all things considered. So that was the guy that we had to take a choice for him, and I didn't remember him. So that's what I wonder. Why not? Why don't model the city in 3D? I know it's a big job, but you're making a game. You have to make the game good, right? Why not make the some locations of the city walkable, right? Yeah, let's give everything to Arrow. Yeah, we have these characters, and everyone is civil. Milady joined the party. You can now navigate to Chinsando from the map. And that's another thing. There's only 2 things you can do at the safe house. You can rest, which recovers your HP and MP, and you can eat food, which recovers your HP and MP, which is the same thing as resting, but gives you 1 extra effect depending on the food you eat, right? And all you get from eating something, it's having a little cutscene of the characters talking about the food, which is okay, but it could be so much more, right? So, what would I have done? What I think the game should have done, it's not eating something, it's cooking, right? Like you bring the food items, the ingredients to Figue, and she cooks something for you, right? And she's the mother of the team, which is what the character she kind of looks like, right? Like a gentle mother. But they didn't do it. So instead you just like pizza and everything. And I know it's like, oh, these guys are cool adults that live in a dangerous world and they don't have time to be cooking, so they just have like pizza and burgers and pasta and stuff like, and ramen and shit like that. Which understandable. You could have takeout too, right? But that's a way of giving the character of Figue extra attention, right? Like, oh, I make this food for you, because Saizo would be like, you know, I really like meatballs, and I'm gonna make you these meatballs, and they would be like, oh, it's so nostalgic because when I was an orphan, I ate meatballs, or something like that, right? You could make it work. DLC, the thing that it's killing Atlus games, to be honest, like this focus on DLC, on cosmetics, it's ass. I like, this option shouldn't even be here. It should be like somewhere else in a shop somewhere, right? I hate that this is in the safe house. And the other thing about the safe house is there's no more options. There's 2 options in the entire safe house. My place to be, the place I'm supposed to be spending most of my time, like in the story of the game, supposedly, right? There's a weapon locker in there. Why I cannot like have the option to enhance my weapons or like sort through my inventory in here? Should be in here, right? Why not give me a couple of customs for every character for free, so I can go, oh, it's a cool custom. Maybe I'm gonna be interested in buying another one. No, they have to sell you everything, right? Let's just exit this place. And don't get me started on the fact that you have to go to the safe house every time you want to heal, because you can finish the mission and you don't heal when you go into the city map. You have to go into the safe house. You have to go through 3 menus to heal, to go back into grinding. That's fucking ass design. We can go to Shinsanda, right? Again, I don't love that I have to choose these places on the map and I just get teleported with a loading screen there, right? And they show you with this, with like, oh, look at this 3D, wow. Guy at the bar that has only 1 animation. The Sakura flowing down. Oh, so good. And then it's like 2 segments. Like, this is all the mapping that there is. You don't walk anywhere. At this point, why bother making this, right? If you're gonna bother making me being able to walk with Ringo and talk to people, make a big area with a bunch of things. Make it interconnect, right? So instead of, if I go this way, like it says Bar Hadron and Shinsen Plaza, right? I could walk this way, and instead of this map icon menu, it could be like, if you go this side, you go to the Mansei Realm, right? Or if you walk this way and you go to the bar, but you go down here instead of up to the bar, this way you go to the Cirque de Guma then, right? Which it's available later at the game. But no, you have to make a bunch of single hubs that makes everything so annoying, right? Everything should be interconnected. Everything should feel alive. But the best this game could do was... what am I supposed to do, by the way? Explore Karakucho and Fin Saiso. Karakucho. So I have to talk to people? Yeah. I have to talk to people, right? So if you just press R1 while you talk to people, they talk really fast. That's convenient. Something I didn't know in my first playthrough. I don't know why I did that. But as you can see, talking to people doesn't really... Like, was that big deal? You use the same 5 NPCs anyway. Was a big deal to make a portrait for them? I don't think it was a big deal. And would enhance the... The only other characters that are not main characters that have portraits are the NPCs, obviously, and the little girl. Which, again, doesn't do enough talking to the Serpa portrait. This song, it's the one that reminds me of a song from the soundtrack of Catherine. The little robot with the silly faces. And Karakucho might be the most disappointing sales district that I have seen in any game, honestly. Look. This thing has 1, 2, if you count this one, 3. You cannot even access the sushi. 4, 5, 6, 7 locations. There is a yakiniku. You can not all the restaurants are available. I don't know why not. And the ones that are like the pizza and the ramen are not available until late in the game. That's very stupid. They should be available at the beginning. There is no reason. There is no reason. There is no law reason. There is no sense not making this available the first time you go in, right? I mean, I have the money. I have billions of money because it's New Game Plus, but I should have at least a little bit of money from killing the demons at the beginning, right? So I should be able to eat ramen. I should be able to get pizza. I should, like, it doesn't matter if it is only one available item. There should be available because this place feels dead. It feels so dead without all of that. Breaking Mark, great reference to Breaking Bad, but then again, no saving this game from that. De La Mancha was the only, like, saving grace. Like, cute girl, but she doesn't really do much. Her questline was interesting, but as everything in this game gets a little bit too repetitive, the more you go, it's like, oh yeah, I lost another thing from my brothers. Oh, I cannot find my brother. Oh, my brother is here. It's then, right? Cloud Cretaceous, I feel like it should have something else aside from the questing, right? Suhita Tomokazu makes a great job doing the voice line. What do I have to do now? Explore Karakucho and Finn's side. Say so it's here, right? And he did. And also the way we find the characters, you find your three main characters aside from Ringo in the first 20 minutes of the game, right? Which wouldn't be bad because obviously you want to have the highest amount of characters as fast as you can, right? To make use of the proper game mechanics. But the problem is, this game only has 3 characters. You don't find any other playable character or interesting character aside from Ash, for that matter. So the fact that you introduce 3 characters that you don't even develop that well because you are so obsessed with putting everything on the Soul Matrix that you don't really develop the characters during the story, that the game feels boring because you don't really have characters to look forward to, right? You have interactions at the bar. Yeah, that's like a scripted conversation. Every conversation is scripted, yeah. But like pre-made conversations about a topic that you may or may not care about and doesn't have to do with the main story of the game, right? They need to talk about the topics that are happening. It needs to be spontaneous, not, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to this exact corner of the room where I can have this exact conversation of the characters and develop them, right? Yeah, we know that Arrow and Milady, all of the conversations of Arrow and Milady is like, oh, we hate each other, but we don't really hate each other. It becomes repetitive, right? Saisu is this like annoying, very extravagant guy that wants one thing, but it's so indecisive and loves Ash, and that's the entire plot of the character, right? Oh, my beautiful Figue. Thankfully, you're alive again.
Ringo.
And you know, they were doing this well. They were crafting this as, oh, these guys are gonna spend a bunch of time in here. So why not give me more options to spend time with? Like, instead of making the conversations at the bar, yeah, I know they want to have a drink outside, right? But also maybe some conversations take place at the bar, some conversations take place at the hideout, right? So you have 2 places to visit. But no, they are so lazy. So what do I have to do now? Go to Mansei Realm. I want to get into a dungeon to really explain to you how awful the dungeons of this game are. I also want to go to the Soul Matrix. Mansei Realm, it's also, like, it might be the worst place in this entire game. Let me show you. With my ability to advance real fast in the game, because I can skip everything and I can just win the fights real fast, I can show you most of the game in this little video that I'm doing, right? I told you this was gonna be like a video essay, so it might be longer. Again, look at this. This is the extent of the Mansei Realm. Oh my god, it's the Mansei Realm. 1 shop, 2 shops, nothing else. Again, if you're gonna do this, you either make the place bigger with more things, or you don't make the place at all. That's all I'm saying, right? You have the Comsmith, which might be the only useful shop in the entire game. Yeah. Which then again, that demon experience too was not available during my last playthrough. So again, we are going with this. This game, it's gatekeeping most of the useful stuff, most of the fun stuff for the New Game Plus. This game wants to force you to play New Game Plus, which you should never be forced. You should want to play the New Game Plus. I gladly did New Game Plus in Persona 5 and 180 hours, right? I gladly did New Game Plus in Shin Megami Tensei 5. I gladly did New Game Plus in most of the games, right? Not games that take like 200 hours, because God forbid I'm not gonna, right? But that should be because you want to and want to get like, I want to play this game anyway, and you're giving me an excuse, right? It's not, oh, finally, things I want to, right? And this also brings to the topic another thing about this game that I truly hate. And it's, in this game, you not only need money, you need items, right? And you go to material details, and down there it says, drop location? None. Only a set amount exists. They can be obtained from either specific enemies or Demon Recon, right? So this game has a lot of items which only a specific amount of them exist, like the bespoke chip that you can only get at the Soul Matrix, at the specific enemies that only spawn once. So you have a limited amount of this per playthrough. So there is no way to get all these upgrades in one playthrough of the game, which is absolutely insane. I should be able, if I want to, and I want to grind to, and I want to make the effort, in one playthrough to get all of this, right? It doesn't make any sense. You're gatekeeping me, artificial gatekeeping, just to make me play the game again? Obviously not, and obviously it didn't work because people hate this game. Except like the most retarded Shin Megami Tensei fan that love everything that is Shin Megami Tensei because, oh, it's so hard. This is not hard, it's artificial difficulty. It just makes it annoying, right? So you have Gunfire Arcana, which I can get now, I guess. I never did get one. Also, if you don't grind enough of certain areas, you miss on items for the upgrades, and you have to go back when the areas are like, they don't give you any experience anymore, just for the items, just to get this. And Physical Arcana. For example, all the Affinity S, like you need bespoke chip for the Affinity S, and you can only get that from the final part of the Soul Matrix, which it's only accessible if you have 120 level, which is almost impossible to get, let alone for one character. It's impossible to get for the 3 characters in the first playthrough of the game, right? So they are gatekeeping your biggest affinities for New Game Plus. Again, stupid, retarded. And why is it only retarded? Because the affinity directly impacts your ability to equip mystics, right? What is a mystic? You know what a mystic is. We talked about that before, right? Mystics are these things you can equip to make your elemental attacks stronger, or they cost less mana, or they can critically strike, which are very useful. And the game should make full use of this, but no. If you're playing your first playthrough, you only have 1 mystic slot, and you can only equip C, right? So if I go into my character, you can see the affinities are B, C, A, D, 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 A, D, right? So you can only use elemental skills of your highest affinity, right? For example, I have S for, well, I will have S for arrow if I get this one, but I don't have bespoke chip, right? So I don't have any S, and some characters don't even have affinities. For example, Saiso for fire and Almighty, right? This one doesn't have for ice because she's a fire user, and this one doesn't have for electricity for whatever reason. And Ringo has for everything because it's supposed to be like the do-it-all character, right? But that's another problem because this game only has 4 characters, and some characters cannot use certain elemental attacks, right? So you're kind of forced to use Almighty Fire with Milady. You are forced to use Wind with Saiso. You are forced to use Electric and other support healing with Ringo, right? That bothers me a lot. Ringo cannot have all the affinities on S, which should be the wildcard character, right? That allows you to do whatever you want with them, so you can self-insert. Obviously, Arrow is the ice gun character, and you have 2 characters with guns and 2 characters with swords, right? You have no more characters, and they are forcing you to make the characters as they want because they don't give you enough liberty to make them, right? So it really sucks the fun of team building when they force you to do something, right? You have to use 2 gun characters. What if I wanted to run an entire type of a team of gun type characters, right? What if I wanted to run? Oh, but there's characters that are weak to gun, and you wouldn't like to sword, and you have all guns. That's my problem. If I want to play the role-playing game my way, I should be able to. Like let's say Persona 5 that has a bunch of characters, right? You can take actually listen to me. You can take 2 approach to this. You can take the Persona 5 approach to this, which is you have a set amount of characters that you are getting through the game, so that keeps the game interesting, right? And you have like, this one it's better at ice, this one it's better at wind, this one it's better at fire, and you eventually get a bunch of them. And of course you have the wildcard character that is Joker, right? And you can make, this team it's gonna be electric fire, and you can just run fire electric or fire ice or just ice, right? Because those characters, yeah, they have proficiencies for certain elements, but you can run any element that you want. And this game is being really prohibitive. Why not giving you the choices to make it better? What's the other approach you can take? You can take the approach of Shin Megami Tensei 5, which only has 1 main character. 1 main character that is a Nahobito, right? It's the name of the character from Shin Megami Tensei 5. You have only 1 main character, and you can equip multiple demons to fight with you. 3, right? You can equip 3 demons, so it's a 4-member team. But you can switch your demons. You can have 3 fire demons, and you can make a Nahobito fire. Because the Nahobito has his own skills, right? Which is like the best part of that game. Like Shin Megami Tensei was so good in that aspect, the 5, that I wish they kind of implemented something like that in here with Ringo, right? Maybe Ringo didn't have a demon, but have like a specific Aion skills that only she could do. And it was like, the Aion version of the fire skill, the Aion version of the ice skill, and she could do whatever she wanted rather than that. She had to be human because it's of the lore, okay? But then give me the option to be proficient in what I want to be, right? There's ways to make this. Other Atlus teams with Persona and Shin Megami have done it before. I don't know why these developers of this game, the game designer of this game, was incredibly retarded and kind of forget that the whole point of having weaknesses and strengths is to be able to play with them. But you cannot in this game, right? Let alone the fact that you need a bunch of items to get them that you have to grind obsessively. That's part of RPG games, right? Let's ignore that. And then we go to the biggest offender of this entire game, which is this. Not only it's the most horrible character in this game here, the synthesis shop, the Janjang Palace. The shop where you cannot get anything, because even if you have money, everything costs a bunch of items. Items that you can only get with Demon Recon or defeating enemies. And even though I kill a bunch of enemies in this game, I kill an obsessive amount of enemies, I couldn't get most of the things in here. And then we go to the biggest offender of them all, which is the incense chart and the incenses, right? I never bought one of these things in my entire playthrough, not once. Because it's not player friendly. You wanna know why it's not player friendly? Let's look at this. You go to material details, and it says held by risky enemies, and the ones below this it says held by level 45 or higher risky enemies. I never kill a single risky enemy in this game, and you wanna know why? Because that's something I didn't know, but I noticed at the end of my playthrough when I tried to kill one. I was like, oh yeah, I'm level 85. I'm surely I can kill the level 1, the first dungeon risky enemies. Risky enemies is scaled with your level, and always a higher level than you are. So they will always be stronger than you unless you're level 99, and I guess they also cap at level 99, I don't know. Yeah, look, I don't know how words to explain to you how stupid that is. That is not a challenge. That is not risky. They should be called retarded enemies, because that's what they are. It's fucking retarded, that game mechanic. It's so dumb. I'm so sorry about that. No one's gonna bother to do that. And since no one, I'm sure people do it and grind instances and level up the stats to have the stronger demon to showcase and fucking Reddit. I don't know. It's pretty stupid. Realistically, no one wants to do that. And it's not player friendly, and you're just wasting time making the risky enemies You know, I play Persona Q, and they have the FOEs, which are the equivalent of risky enemies in this game. They have risky enemies on Enter Odyssey, which is another Atlus game. And I love the risky enemies there. I love the FOEs on Persona Q. They are challenging enemies that you can approach, and they kill you, and then you decide when to approach them again, and then you can tackle them, and they kind of gauge how good you are getting at the game and how are you leveling up, right? And it's a good like mark of, oh yeah, I'm this good. Maybe I can challenge these guys now that defeated me. It gives you a reason to go back to previous maps. They are very well implemented in Persona Q. They are trash in this game. And not only that, because they are gatekeeping items from the shop, right? So again, another thing that you're making impossible for your player to reach. What do I do now? Go to the axis. And there's my final complaint about this game, and what might be my biggest complaint of them all. It's the axis. Which I keep calling the Matrix for whatever reason, but... yeah, let's give all the points to Arrow, who cares? The Soul Matrix. It's because the Soul Matrix is inside the axis, so yeah. This is the single piece of most boring, indecisive, less talented creation of a dungeon, of a game mechanic, of a place in a digital game. Yeah, look at me, Ringo. Yeah, I'm gonna look at you. You get what I'm saying, right? Yeah, I get what you're saying. All right. This place looked interesting at the beginning. I was actually very excited because look at these cubes and everything, right? And the texture they use for everything was like, oh, this is gonna be so good because you will be able to explore the souls of your teammates, right? And I was at the beginning of the game kind of expecting like, oh, maybe there will be another set of stairs in here and another one in here, and there's gonna be new characters, and this thing is gonna be expanding with all the characters I meet through the adventure. There's no more characters that you meet through the adventure, right? There's no reason for not to be an Ash one in here, and Ash to be a playable character. Maybe Raven is a playable character up until the point he betrays you, right? There could be one for Figue even, right? Figue could be a playable character too. Like everyone could be a player character. You could have other playable characters to make the game more interesting, to make the Soul Matrix more expansive, right? What am I supposed to do now? Explore the Soul Matrix and eliminate the source of Ringo's condition. Then you go into the Soul Matrix, right? It looks very interesting. A lot of squares. Wow, cubes, I mean. Oh, there's a stair. I'm very confused. This is my soul. There's enemies in my soul. Oh my god. And then, the literal best part of the game. Now, don't shoot Mimi. Look, I'm gonna admit it, it's Figue and Mimi the only reason I mostly kept playing this game. That's an excellent design for a mascot character. I love it. So I wish I had a plushie from Mimi. Like, she's so cute. The voice actor for Figue, Mimi, it's so good. It's the sweetest voice. It's so comforting. It really gets into the character, right? But then again, another wasted mechanic. They give you like this, Mimi can do this and that, and it's just a triangle on the top right side of the screen. That's it. And she kind of reacts with a cute animation when an enemy is close. And again, yeah, you see like that, and then she doesn't do anything. Like that was a wasted opportunity to be having conversations. Like Ringo would be like, oh, you know, I heard that. Like going back to the cooking mechanic that should have been like, oh, I heard that strawberries are really good for something. Maybe we should get some. And like, yeah, or like the characters could have conversations, like the banter conversations in Mementos in Persona 5. And I know I've been saying Persona 5 a lot, but that game gets a lot of things right. What do you want from me? You know, like when I'm getting low on MP or HP, I know Ringo says something, but it should be Figue, right? It should be like, oh, you're getting low on MP. Why not use an item? You have items available to heal yourself. Like, make it an actual support for the game. Like, make it useful for the game. Make it interesting for the player to be listening to Figue. Not only because she has a beautiful voice and it's a beautiful person in a game. What the fuck? What? Wait, what did it say? Oh, okay, yeah. Never mind. You know, I'm actually okay with this unlocking of the... Wait a second. I lost my summoner skills. Wait, that makes sense because the soul level gets reset, right? This was a good idea, and it's one of the few things I'm okay with this game. The stairs locking you from progressing through the game, and also like when you open one because you have enough soul level, they give you a skill or passive for the character, and they have a little conversation like, oh yeah, I used to eat lemonade. Yeah, this skill is related to lemon. That's actually really good, and it's good character development, and it's about the only character development this game has. The cancer of this game. And you know, I'm gonna save, and let's engage it so you see what I'm talking about. So I engage. I should have an advantage because I'm in New Game Plus, right? Look at that. They are always faster than me. They will always attack faster than me. They just killed Milady. See? And this is the first one you encounter. See what? And I have damage conversion. You see that? No, I don't want to continue. I mean, yeah, I understand, but no, I don't want to continue. Please, send me to the main menu screen. See, how do you approach this? And I went and read the opinion of other people on the internet that as usual, they are wrong and I'm right. And people are like, oh, why are you getting so mad at risky enemies? They are challenge battles. Like puzzle battles, right? That you need a specific team with specific abilities and affinities to defeat each one. Yeah, then why the fuck, if a challenge battle, it's not in a specific challenge location? Why does the challenge battle that I obviously... Look at Mimi, it's so beautiful, man, I love Mimi so much. Why is the challenge battle that I'm supposed to do only under specific circumstances following me and spawning all over the map? What am I supposed to do? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to go down, right? And another complaint. Another one? Yeah, another one. The mapping in this game sucks. And I'm not only talking about how convoluted and empty the dungeons are, and how useless the Demon Recon mostly is. I'm talking about... Wait. The location of the map on screen. Listen, you have a few... You can move it. You can make it appear in different places. But the map is huge. And there's no reason for the map to be this huge because there's nothing in it. Right? You could make this map, and the only thing this map shows you is the location of the save points and the location of the doors. Look, it's the risky enemy again that just disappeared. Thankfully, because of the cutscene. We cannot open this because it's part of the plot. The only things it shows you are the doors in these locations and the save points. You know what would have been great to have in this game? They show you the Demon Recon on the map. Like, yeah, once you discover... You have to discover the spots for the first time, yes. But once you do, you should be able to see them on the map, so you can go there every time you want to, right? And the map shouldn't be that big. It should be like just below Mimi, right? In a little square below Mimi, you can see the map. There's no need for the map to be that big. Even for someone as blind as I am, you don't need a biggest map covering the entirety of the screen. So you can see, I think I'm being able to encapsulate all the issues with this game just replaying the first part of it with New Game Plus, right? Because that's the thing, even in New Game Plus, the problems persist. It's not something you fix by just being stronger at the game or putting it on easy mode. The issues persist. The only difference is you can go so much faster with New Game Plus. So if you remove eating food, that's not that big of a deal, and you remove risky enemies, the only things you are really uncovered yet are the Soul Matrix, which is again just a repetitive mess of walking through dead ends. You didn't notice now because I have it already mapped, but at the beginning it's just walking into a bunch of dead ends where there is nothing, only the demon recon. Oh Mimi, I love you so much. You're the best thing of this game. I was giving a lot of points to Arrow at the beginning. What do I do now? Go to the safe house. Oh, and that's the other thing. There's a skill that lets you exit the dungeons real fast, but it's only available like midway through the game, and you have, like, they sell you the quality of life. Look, it's the risky enemy again. It wants to kill me again. A bunch of the quality of life of this game. Like, I cannot believe there is not a skill that allows you to kill lower level demons with the slash on the map. That will save you so much time, and it could make grinding and gathering items a lot faster. But no, no one could think about that. And if they did, I couldn't find it. Now what? Go to the safe house, right? Yeah. So until you get that skill, you have to actually... Can I get it now? Yeah. Yeah, actually, you can learn it right now at the beginning. That's the single most useful thing you can use in this game. Wait, can I learn another one? I can learn all my skills again. Yeah, I guess the element of Ringo is electricity. I was just not paying attention. Yeah, I guess I can learn all my... At least the first 4. Yeah. Oh, don't get me started about the Aion directives, which is 3 quests for each soul matrix of each character, right? And it's the same 3 things: kill 5 or 10 of an enemy, do demon recon, and kill a specific enemy, which is... Those are the actual puzzle fights, by the way. The people that keep saying that, oh, risky enemies are puzzle fights, you have... These are the puzzle fights, the targets, which are fun. And even if I died to a couple of them a couple of times, it was fun to come back and do them. Because you just have to get stronger, because they don't level up as you do. So you just need to get stronger, and you can actually tackle them properly and win them. And it's fun. That's a fun puzzle fight, not the risky enemies. The other ones, it's mostly useless. Because this one, it's an excuse to grind, but it's just like 5 or 10 enemies. It should be like 50. And all of these have the same problem, which is they don't give you actual rewards. They just give you like money and some sort of useless item. They should give you like more useful things, right? A couple of items, like maybe those items that you need to upgrade the comms, but in like a bigger quantity, so it actually feels worth of doing. None of this is worth doing, to be honest. I could end the game without doing this, but I think you need to do them to unlock other things. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say about this game, except like you shouldn't play it even if it's free. I have to be clear, I didn't pay for this game. I'm playing this game because it's free with the PlayStation Plus subscription. But yeah, all the questing in this game, it's pretty much useless. The hangout events are after you do some of them, they are mostly the same, and it's a little bit boring. With this, we unlock like 80% of the game, I think. The only place left to discover is the Cirque de Gulmaden, which is where you use Demon Fusion.
リンゴ
Which, let me say, the most boring Demon Fusion of all time.
人し
The demon animation, it's boring as fuck. There's no different types of Demon Fusion. It's just like normal fusion and special fusion. For example, Shin Megami Tensei 5 has the best fusion animation ever, and Persona has a bunch of different types of fusions, and you can even turn your demons, your personas, into items, and you can do a bunch of things on Persona 5. Honestly, one of the greatest games of Shin Megami Tensei lore. And this one is like, oh yeah, it's a circus and we do a little animation. And I feel like this game couldn't decide if it wanted to be Shin Megami Tensei or wanted to be Persona. And it took the worst parts of both games and then took the good parts but didn't do it properly. And just kinda ruined everything. Let's go to Ropo Rail. Oh, look, we arrive at the circus. There's not here yet, but eventually one NPC spawns in here that lets you trade augments and get new augments from them. And I think that's the best example of a good shop in this game. It actually feels like fair enough and fun to use. Then it's this guy. Also, talking about the designs of the characters, I can say like most characters in this game are so over-designed. Like there is too much happening. I just noticed right now that this guy has like a chain from a pocket watch going there. It's like it is just too much and it doesn't even look that good. This guy reminds me of a Castlevania character, by the way. Like I can say Ringo, Madame Ginkgo, Figue obviously are good character designs. Ash, it's good too. But aside from those, and Mimi, of course, the best one, right? But aside from those, nothing, right? And there's another thing I want to show you guys that on someone from the compendium, but show the ones I don't have. You can see I have a few demons here that I have to skip. Level 80, level 76, level 71, right? And you might be wondering, or maybe not, why did you skip them, Moriko? I didn't. These demons are locked behind the Soul Matrix. You need to find them in the Soul Matrix at certain level 125 or something, defeat them for them to be available for someone, right? Which is like, what the fuck? I think I'm not missing any demon. This is a Mitama that I haven't fused yet, but whatever, right? Who cares about me? Actually, I miss the Mitamas, but that's one because you have to fuse a specific Jack Frost to fuse them, right? But the Mitamas are not terribly important. I could just do it now if I wanted to, right? But I want to bring to attention that it's a really bad idea for the game to lock final... That's something actually Shin Megami Tensei games usually do. But it's a bad idea to lock them behind the Soul Matrix that you cannot finish until New Game Plus. Because that means you're locking... These demons might as well not be here because they are not available on your first playthrough. Maybe you could get one if you give all the options to Arrow, maybe, but then you would be missing on the skills of the other characters, right? And the game, it's making me choose between one of your two mechanics to enjoy. It's bad game design, right? And yeah, you could go up and here and like some of these are probably gonna be locked by levels too. And there's no reason because we have a special fusion for that. Special fusion is locked by level, but also you need to defeat them to get like the recipe, right? So why instead of locking more demons with the Soul Matrix, why not just put them here and the recipe is unlocked by the Soul Matrix, right? So I wouldn't feel my compendium it's incomplete. I really wanted to make one long, but there's no way I'm leveling up to 88 now. I mean, I guess I could summon my demons. I have copious amounts of money anyway, so... This one's my favorite, by the way. We're gonna go and see the design in a bit. Yeah, with this one, the New Game Plus should be fast. And yeah, I think with this we have everything we need to talk. Look at Inanna. I love this. This is my favorite one. It's like a pregnant bird with a bunch of titties. But not like, jokes aside, I really like this design of it. This will be my demon persona. I love it so much. And I don't like birds, so that says a lot. Anyway, I think that covers everything I wanted to talk about this game. Let me check. Yeah, I talk about the Soul Matrix, risky enemies. Look, we can do a little bit talking about the story, I guess, which is this story, as you can see, it's nowhere to be found in this game. I think, like, it starts really slow, but then they rush everything, and it doesn't even feel like there's no time for you to care about. Like, Mangetsu dies, and I couldn't give a shit. Like, I didn't know the guy. We knew he stalked Arrow a little bit, and then he fucking died. I didn't feel anything about that. Then Raven appears, and he's the actual evil guy, and then he dies, and I don't feel anything for him, because I think that was the most developed enemy in the game, and it wasn't even enough. And then just Figue goes crazy because Raven died, and tries to kill everyone and becomes the big baddie, and then she also dies, and I feel bad because I love her and she's so cute, but not because he was a developed character. Yeah, this game has no character development for anyone, and it has so little amount of characters that it just feels lazy. Like, they were either lazy or they don't know how to write characters. There's only two options for that, right? And yeah, with that you have everything that you can access in the game, except for the Komadori, which I really wanted to visit the Komadori orphanage, because it's just a hallway. The entire thing is just a hallway, and you cannot interact with anyone, and there's nothing to do, and there's no reason for that to not be a PNG. If you're gonna model anything, just let me go inside, let me walk, let me talk to the kids. You either bother doing the things and do them right, or don't do it at all, because it feels like an insult to the person that had to model the thing, right? There was a 3D graphics artist that worked in this game that modeled the entire Komadori thingy, and it looks beautiful, but you cannot access it because the game is lazy. Like, I feel bad for anyone that worked in this game, because there's obviously effort put into this. Like, imagine if I just, instead of moving the cursor like this, I could use a little Ringo. Imagine a little chibi Ringo walking through the city, like, so cute. It adds so much to the game, but they couldn't bother doing it because they are lazy. There's no other words to express my disdain for this game than lazy. It's a lazy mess, and they have a great concept, they had a great idea, they have great characters like Ringo and Ash and Figue, and they throw it all in the trash because they couldn't be bothered to put the extra effort in the game. And I know making games is not easy, much less games of this, like, AAA category, right? And there's a bunch of problems. The executives want money. They want you to rush the game to get it out. You are to make the second installment in the not so popular Soul Hackers Legacy games, like Legacy of games. Yeah, you can make a bunch of excuses, and I understand your excuses, and I feel for anyone that worked in this game and they know that the game sucks and it's a shame. I understand it, but as much as you want to excuse yourself, the game is bad, and we had to talk about it, so this doesn't happen again, right? This cannot happen again. You cannot make all of this go to waste. This could have been a fun experience. This could have been an interesting experience that maybe instead of having Persona 6 and 7 and 8, we could have Soul Hackers 3. If people like Soul Hackers 2, we could have had Soul Hackers 3, 4, 5, Soul Hackers Q, I don't know. Maybe a crossover within Soul Hackers and Persona, but no. They couldn't be bothered to make a good game, and it's such a shame. And I wish I could replay the entire game in like an hour to show you everything that is wrong with the game. I could show you how they make labyrinths, like the West Shipping District. It's just a small part of the game, and there's nothing in there. Like, you just walk there as part of the story. There is nothing interesting happening, and might as well just have been another section of the East Shipping District. There was no reason to make it a separate thing, right? When you have to go into the subway tunnels, it is the most frustrating experience because it's a giant map full of nothing, and there's a part where you have to do a puzzle with walls that it was the most fun part, but it's still a big empty place. Everything in this game, it's a big empty place. This entire game, it's a big empty place with just Ringo and the 4 or 5 things that are good with this game wandering alone in the empty darkness of the failure of this thing. and I honestly don't want to play it anymore. Like, I'm gonna go on YouTube, and I recommend you guys do the same. Go on YouTube and watch the other ending of the game. I hope Figue gets saved in that ending, because I'm not gonna play it. Like, I cannot be bothered. Even if I could blaze through this game in like 5 hours, which I know it's not possible because there's a bunch of walking around to do. I guess if you ignore the side quest, you can do it really, really fast, but you cannot ignore the side quest because you need them for the hangouts, for the events, for the souls, for everything else. You see, everything in this game is connected, but in the wrong way. It's connected backwards. You need to do everything to enjoy anything, not do anything to enjoy everything. It should be the other way around. So yeah, this is not a video essay. This is not this is somewhat a game analysis. I usually don't do these things, but I wanted to do one for this game because I hate it so much. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this, don't forget to drop a like. It will mean a lot to me. And remember, don't play Soul Hackers 2. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.